వాడ లైట్ ఎరగలే ఏం కాదా సరే మరి ఓకే ఓకే చెప్పు నువ్వు హలో 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 Good evening everybody. This is Srinivas from Biology Department. Welcome to Target Khakhi. So today we are going to learn about brain. Actually yesterday I told introduction about the brain in the previous class. Now we are going to discuss about the brain in detail, right? So what is the structure of the brain and where it is located also I told you yesterday. Now we are going to see the different parts of the brain present in it. So the red color which is present in the brain is called frontal lobe. Frontal lobe helpful in movement, perception, reasoning, decision making. Next, parietal lobe. Parietal lobe is meant for pressure, pain and touch. Next, occipital lobe. Occipital lobe is meant for vision or sight. Temporal lobe. Temporal lobe is meant for hearing and memory. Okay, so these are the four lobes which are present in the brain. That's why actually you know what are these folds actually. The brain is the brain does not have a proper shape. It is folded into number of twists. Okay na? It is folded into number of twists like this. Okay, like this. Understand? Brain is folded into number of foldings. They are called as the number of elevations are called as gyri, and the number of depressions are called sulci. Okay, why in the brain elevations and depressions are present? Because our nervous system is made up of with 100 billions of nerve cells. So to accommodate more number of nerve cells in the brain, the like this elevations and depressions are there. Elevations means you know like upper bent shape, and depressions like lower groove shape like this. Understood? So to accommodate more number of neurons in the brain, okay, gyri and sulci are present. These are called as elevations and depressions. Okay na? Next, whatever we are seeing in the brain, see, actually the brain is divided into two regions. Okay, right region and left region. But for us, if we look this side, this becomes right region. So we call right cerebral hemisphere and left cerebral hemisphere. But these two hemispheres are, okay, these two hemispheres are joined by one structure called as corpus callosum. Corpus callosum, right? Corpus callosum is nothing but the part or the area which divides the brain into two hemispheres. That part name is called corpus callosum. But if you can see here, it does not appear properly. What is that? Corpus callosum does not appear here in this structure. So next, the region what you are seeing, this total region is called as cerebrum. Cerebrum. This total area is called cerebrum. What is cerebrum? Which is having number of lobes. It is nothing but, cerebrum is nothing but the largest part of the brain. The largest part of the brain is called cerebrum. And what is the smallest part of the brain? Cerebellum. You are seeing here. Cerebellum. The smallest part of the brain is called cerebellum. Like this. The smallest part of the brain is called cerebellum. Okay. Functions also given here. All of you see here. Cerebellum functions. What it will do? It will maintain our body in equilibrium position only. When we are walking, running, jogging, jumping, sitting, it maintains stability in our body. So nothing but what we call equal balance. Right? Cerebellum helps in maintaining equal balance of our body. That's why it is also most important. But it is present in the form of which shape? Tree shape. Cerebellum is present in the form of tree shape. Okay, na? Tree shape. What is that? Cerebellum. Next. After cerebellum, okay, we can see pituitary gland. What is pituitary gland? Pituitary gland is the master gland of our body. Okay, actually its size is green pea size only, but it controls remaining all endocrine glands in our body. It stimulates, it helps to work them properly in our body such that the metabolism, the coordination process goes on properly and perfectly. Understood? Now why I used coordination? Because already I told you in the previous class, brain is the control and coordinate and control center of our body. Brain is the controlling and coordinating center of our body. Right? You can see different colors are there. No, these are lobes. Number of folds are there. Number of gyri and sulci is there. Why? To accommodate more number of neurons in this. Okay, na? So pituitary gland is nothing but, pituitary gland is nothing but an endocrine gland which is present in the brain, and it is controlled by hypothalamus. Hypothalamus. Again, what is hypothalamus? Okay, na? Now we are going to discuss about that. Now these are respiratory centers. Respiratory centers means from where we get breathing oxygen properly and release out waste gases, nothing but respiration. Understand? The brain stem you are seeing here, okay? Cerebellum, the tree shape, right? The pituitary gland, understood? Now actually our brain, the human brain, is divided into three parts. They are forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. Okay children, our human brain is divided into three parts. They are forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain. Okay, so let us see now. Forebrain again divided into cerebrum, the largest what I am writing here. Once you go through this, okay, after writing again I will explain, right? So hindbrain consists of cerebellum and medulla oblongata. Okay children, now look at here, look at the board here. Forebrain contains cerebrum, diencephalon, olfactory lobes. What is cerebrum again? The largest part of the brain. Next, diencephalon. The rhomboidal shape present in the brain is called as diencephalon. And in the diencephalon, hypothalamus and thalamus is present. Under the hypothalamus only, pituitary gland will be controlled. Okay. Next, olfactory lobes are present. These olfactory lobes are nothing but they help in the sensation of smell. They are related to smell, olfactory lobes. Next, what is midbrain? But first we have to see the functions of the cerebrum, right? First of all, cerebrum. Cerebrum is the largest part of the brain. Okay, cerebrum is the largest part of the brain. Cerebrum is the largest part of the brain. But in the, okay, I already told you, cerebrum is divided into two hemispheres. By which part? Corpus callosum. What is that? Corpus callosum. So, right brain and left brain. Why I am telling right brain and left brain? So if I look at you in the brain, okay, in the brain, this becomes right, this becomes left. So right brain and left brain is divided by a part called as, what is that? Corpus callosum. Understood? Okay, this is about cerebral hemispheres. Right cerebral hemispheres, nothing but right brain. Left cerebral hemispheres, nothing but left brain. So, cerebrum has number of folds, I already told you, gyri and sulci, which accommodate more number of neurons. Okay, that is different. But what is the main function of right brain and left brain? Right brain controls left brain activities, nothing but left side of the body parts. Next, left brain controls right side of the body activities. Understood? So, vice versa. Right brain controls left brain and left brain controls right brain. Understood? So, both work simultaneously and cooperatively. Simultaneously and cooperatively. Right? Next, in the cerebrum, number of foldings are present, no? Number of foldings are called elevations and depressions. Elevations are called gyri and depression is called sulci. Okay, na? Next, what is the main function of a cerebrum? Okay, cerebrum is the largest part of the brain. It is the seat of intelligence. Okay, it is the seat of intelligence, memory, thinking, speech. Okay, na? Next, whatever we remember some things and we can forget also, no, that is nothing but the main functions of the cerebrum. Movement, muscular movement, bone movement, okay, everything comes under cerebrum activities. That's why it is called as seat of intelligence. What is that? Seat of intelligence, thinking and memory. Okay, na? Cerebrum is called as seat of intelligence. Understood? But this cerebrum is covered by in the brain. Cerebrum is covered by three layers, three membranes. Okay, the cerebrum is covered by three membranes these are called as meninges. Cerebrum is covered by three membranes, they are called meninges. They are covered by number 1, dura mater. Next, second layer is pia mater. Third one is arachnoid membrane. Okay, na? So, brain is covered by three membranes. They are called as dura mater, pia mater, arachnoid membrane. In these three membranes, a fluid is present. Okay, na? A fluid is present. It is called as cerebrospinal fluid. Why this fluid is present on the brain means it protects from mechanical shocks and injuries. Okay, when we move or when we jump, in order to avoid frictional force, this fluid, nothing but cerebrospinal fluid, acts like a best lubricant and gives protection to the entire brain when it is working or coordinating in our body, right? This fluid is called cerebrospinal fluid. Okay. Next, This is called as pituitary gland, right? So in the brain, whatever the rhomboidal shape is there, that is only called as diencephalon. The second part, diencephalon. What is the main function of this diencephalon? Diencephalon is nothing but the rhomboidal shape which is present in the brain. Okay, so diencephalon is divided into hypothalamus and thalamus. Under hypothalamus only pituitary gland will be controlled. Under hypothalamus, pituitary gland is controlled. This pituitary gland is also called as master endocrine gland of the body. Of course, its size is pea size only, but it works more than other organs. Okay na? So, and in the brain, you know, like this. Okay, all, you know, number of neurons are present like this. Okay na? Like this number of neurons are present, and here we see this is only cerebellum, right? Okay na? Cerebellum. Understood? Okay na? This is called medulla oblongata. And this is spinal cord. Understood? I drawn a rough diagram about the brain. Already we have seen in the colorful picture, but I have drawn a rough diagram. Okay. Next, diencephalon is divided into thalamus and hypothalamus. Under hypothalamus only pituitary gland is controlled. Okay. Next, the third one is what? Olfactory lobes. I already told olfactory lobes are related to sensation of smell, because in our bodies, in the nature, how to identify the different types of flavors, then first we have to smell now. So from the nose, receptor cells are present. Those are olfactory receptors which are connected to the brain. Already you know very well, sense organs are very close to our brain. That's why we get response to stimulus within fraction of seconds. Understood? Fraction of seconds. Next, now midbrain. Okay, actually what are the functions of diencephalon? Diencephalon helps in the muscular movements, emotions, angriness. Okay, next, response to stimulus, and also sensation of hunger, nothing but hunger signals to release in the stomach also. It is related to diencephalon. Diencephalon is nothing but the rhombus shape in the brain. It comes under forebrain. Okay na? Next, what is midbrain? Midbrain is nothing but the part which connects forebrain and hindbrain is called midbrain. Is nothing but the structure which connects forebrain with hindbrain is called as midbrain. But in the midbrain, what is present? Optic lobes are present. Optic lobes. These are related to sight or vision. Okay na? Next, what is the function of the midbrain? In the midbrain, in the midbrain. You know, I already told you, forebrain and hindbrain is connected with the midbrain. Then what is happening here? The signals or messages, to transmit from hindbrain to forebrain and forebrain to hindbrain acts like a midbrain acts like a mediator in between these two. Understood? Okay, na? It helps in relay of messages. It helps in relay of messages or signals. Okay, na? From cerebrum to spinal cord and spinal cord to cerebrum. Immediately that also. So, midbrain is nothing but not only the connecting link between forebrain and hindbrain, it acts like a mediator for the messages to be passed to the upper part of the brain and to the lower part of the brain to receive all body parts in time messages and signals. Okay. Next, hindbrain or hindbrain, or it is also called hindbrain. Hindbrain means what, children? Hindbrain is nothing but in the brain. Hind means what? Behind, which is present back of the brain at the bottom. Back of the brain at the bottom. Okay. So, that is nothing but you can see. Hindbrain is consists of, okay na, cerebellum, medulla oblongata. Hindbrain consists of cerebellum and medulla oblongata. Okay. So, this is nothing but cerebellum. Of course, it is the smallest part of the brain. Cerebellum is the smallest part of the brain. Cerebellum is the smallest part of the brain. But it helps in maintaining our body posture. It is present in the form of like a tree shape. I think you are seeing this tree shape. Okay, na? Tree shape. Okay. It helps in maintaining equal posture in our body, nothing but proper posture. Suppose, but this generally, when we wake up, we cannot walk immediately. Okay, na? So we are in the sleepy mode only still. We can't open our eyes also even. But who will maintain stability means cerebellum. Mainly, cerebellum will not function in those people who drink alcohol daily. Understood? The cerebellum will not function properly in those people who drink alcohol, because alcohol consumption is dangerous to our health. So, the people who consume alcohol, they cannot see any object properly. They cannot walk on the road also properly. At that time, who is not functioning means cerebellum. Cerebellum does not show any function at that time. That's why my advice is for the addicted members, mainly the people who are addicted to alcohol should not drink alcohol, because they have to save their lives. They have to protect themselves. Otherwise, in the night time, when they are coming to home, if any accident occurs, or if they fall on any sharp stone or any pakka roads, understand, or kacha roads, they may get injuries. Okay, minor accidents or major accidents, minor or major, right? So it may lead to death also, that's why I am telling. Okay, cerebellum helps in maintaining body posture in equilibrium state. Next, the last part of the hindbrain is medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata. What is medulla oblongata? I already drawn, here in the brain. This is called medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata is present below the cerebellum. Medulla oblongata is present below the cerebellum. Okay, right? But what it will do, medulla oblongata? Medulla oblongata is the last part of the brain which extends like a spinal cord, right? This is spinal cord. Medulla oblongata is present below the cerebellum and it extends like a spinal cord. What is spinal cord again? Spinal cord is a thread-like structure or tube-like structure, or it acts like a cable for messages. Cable for messages. Same like our dish channel, one cable will be there. Okay, we are seeing channels, minimum 300 channels. Like that, more than millions of messages can pass through spinal cord to the brain, right? What are the functions of medulla oblongata? What are the functions of medulla oblongata? Now let us see. Medulla oblongata helps not only extends a spinal cord, okay, it is the center for coughing, sneezing and vomiting. Okay, na? Coughing, sneezing, vomiting. These actions will be under the control of medulla oblongata. Not only this, blood pressure also, okay, cardiac related functions, nothing but heart, how blood is pumped from the heart, okay. Next, how blood vessels, okay, how blood vessels are changing, they are changing in diameter only because of the nothing but pumping of blood from the heart. The blood vessels can change their diameter also because of blood flows with high pressure during pumping from the pumped by the heart. Okay, na? It is the relay center for coughing, sneezing, vomiting. And also another one is swallowing. Next, body temperature also. Okay, na? So once go through this properly. Hindbrain consists of cerebellum and medulla oblongata. Cerebellum is a tree-shaped. Okay, it maintains our body posture properly and perfectly, which maintains equilibrium in our body. We can maintain the stability also with this, right? Next, medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata is present below the cerebellum. It extends like a spinal cord, and through medulla oblongata only, from spinal cord messages are transferred to the brain. to cerebrum. Okay. Sometimes during an accident, somebody says, okay, chinna medodu chitikipoyindi. Chinna medodu is nothing but what? Cerebellum. If any damage occurs to cerebellum, then our body posture will not be proper. We cannot wake up, we cannot stand, we cannot sit, we cannot give speech also even. So those are the functions of the cerebellum, right? It is the smallest second part of the brain, and it is the smallest part of the brain. Now once again we are going to discuss about brain. Brain functions. I already told you, brain is nothing but the control room of the body. Same like nucleus in the cell. Brain is the control room of the body. It coordinates various activities in our body. What is that? It coordinates, controls and coordinates various activities in our body. It helps in thinking. It helps in thinking. Next, memory, speech, movement. Okay, na? It helps in thinking. Memory. Memory means what? Suppose we are seeing movies, or suppose we are reading so many books. So that lot of information is nothing but memory, which is stored in brain. But in which part it is stored means memories are stored in hippocampus. Hippocampus is nothing but storing of the memories in millions. Understand? Why? Because you know, in the brain billions of nerve cells are present. Billions. Okay? But sometimes when the years are passing, when the age is crossing, okay, year after year, when the age is increasing, when in a person the age increases, automatically the nerve cells get damaged. The nerve cells get damaged. And what is happening here? We lost some memorable moments also, some memory also. So that such kind of disease is called Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is nothing but what? Loss of memory. Loss of memory. Alzheimer's is a disease where the nerve cells cannot function sometimes. Okay, they get damaged. And already I told you, nerve cell cannot reproduce. Once it is damaged, destroyed. That's it. Then what happens here for us? We cannot remember some memorable moments, or nothing but information what we read already, or preparing for exams, or what we have seen in the nature, or in the movies, or in the TV, or in the mobile. We can't remember for at least 1 hour also. So that such kind of disease is nothing but Alzheimer's. Okay, na? That's why we have to maintain our body properly, and we have to maintain our health and hygienic conditions properly. Actually, how much percentage of oxygen is received by the brain? Can anybody know that? Don't know. So I am telling now. We are breathing oxygen, no? So 20% of oxygen is received by the brain. Only 20% out of our total body weight. Out of our total body weight, only 20% of oxygen is received. Then, if it happens, it is occurring daily, but what happens like that? If it happens, then what happens? The brain also needs more oxygen. That's why sometimes we have to sleep like this in the inclined position, head down like this. Head down and legs up. We have to sleep like this, such that the blood circulates to the lower parts of the body and reaches to the brain. Understood? So, the brain needs more oxygen, but it is getting only 20% of oxygen. Okay, now. Next, in male, the weight of the brain is 1375 grams. But in female, the weight of the brain is 1275 grams. In male, the weight of the brain is 1375 grams, but in female, the weight of the brain is 1275 grams. Okay, na? So, my advice is, finally my suggestion is, when we are walking on the road, when we are crossing on the road, okay, compulsory we have to wear, we have to see properly on the road when we are walking, and while we are driving the bike, we have to wear the helmet. Already for brain, I told you, the skull protects, but for head protection need no, helmet will protect. That's why wear helmet and save your life. Okay, children, I hope that you understood very well about the brain, and see you in the next class. Thank you. Abhi.